We're live. I think I say this every time, but this time for real. I haven't done this shit in 3 weeks. Welcome everybody, if you are here. Welcome to the. How's it going? I feel like maybe it isn't apparent to y'all because I prepped a bunch of videos. I don't think I've spoken out loud. like I haven't put on my YouTube voice now in probably about 3 weeks. I'm rusty. Can you hear my voice is kind of shot still, even? What's going on, everybody? I wanted to do a little live stream, a little catch-up session, because, guys, of all the fucking weeks to take a vacation, quote-unquote, if you can call it that. Oh, shit, chat is massive on my screen. If you can call it a quote-unquote vacation, this was not the time to do it. Modern Warfare 4 got revealed. We got a bunch of DMZ2 info. A mode that literally a month ago I was begging for in a video. I was begging for a Black Ops Classic playlist was just put into the game. It's phenomenal, by the way. Apparently BO1 and 2 might be ported to PS5 coming soon. A lot of stuff to catch up on. But first of all, how have y'all been doing? I feel so disconnected right now. What are the vibes on the ground like? Playing Black Ops Classic? That's all my feed. Everyone on my feed has only been playing Black Ops Classic, man. I need to fix this chat box first of all. We can see 3 messages at a time, and they're bad. Wait, how do I even font size? Do we do like that? Oh, that might reset it. But also, first of all, hello to everybody. What's going on, Aiden? The Angry Red Bird, Zillol, Atlas, Harley, Relk. What's up? Bulbasaur Appreciator? Hell yeah, that took me a minute to read it. Headphone Enthusiast, welcome, welcome. Christopher. Lost and Depleted, welcome, welcome. Long-time listener, first-time stream watcher. Hell yeah, man. Welcome. This usually isn't what the streams are. Usually I do try to play the game. But, I figured, I haven't played it so long. I'm going to be bad. And honestly, I just want to catch up. I just want to chill. Let's see. Too busy completing the zombies survival event to try Black Ops Classic. Oh yeah, what did they add with zombies, right? There's a new zombies map coming at Reloaded, right? But what is, they added another Nuketown, right? Am I insane? Hold on. Black Ops 7? Are we able to, yeah, Black Ops 7 Season 4 Zombies, right? They added the, a survival map or something, didn't they? Am I insane? Am I crazy? Rogue Run, that's what it is. Oh, no. We already had the survival map. Right? Zombies. Paradox Junction. Wait, what? Oh, these are patch notes. I'm lost. Also, Nuketown for survival. Did we not already have Nuketown for survival? Am I... Hold on a second. I'm leaving this match. Sorry to everyone who was enjoying the Subway Surfers down here. I'm actually going to check something really quick. Nuke Survival added Season 4 launch. Okay, that's what I thought. Maybe just Nuketown was already so small that in my head it was a survival map. God, if they put out a BO1 and BO2 port with all the DLC on disc, I'm fucking set. If they put it on Switch 2, it's over for me. Being able to play those games on Switch 2 would be peak. Man, something that I didn't even, like, realize. I didn't even put together until... I think someone tweeted it or mentioned it, or... Someone else had this thought, and it made me realize how fucking dumb I am. Switch 2, obviously, MW4 is coming out on Switch 2. The fact that, like, everything is cross-progression... So, I'd have to buy the game twice, obviously. But the fact that I would be able to actually play Call of Duty Mobile, not on my phone, but be able to take Modern Warfare 4 with me on, like, vacation and shit. I didn't even realize that, like, that's what it coming to Switch 2 means. Like, that's fucking awesome. I can't, I mean, obviously Steam Deck has been a thing, but, like, Switch 2 is, I actually have that, you know what I mean? It's kind of lame, to be honest. There's not even any elite enemies on the map. And it's the expanded one, too, so it's kind of pointless to play over normal Paradox Junction. Wait, it's the expanded one. Meaning, like you have the other, you have further into the cul-de-sac? Or further away from the cul-de-sac, I guess? Yeah, so I guess it's a good thing that I didn't make the Nuketown video yet, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because since starting that video, there's been 4 new Nuketowns. If you count, yeah, nuked. There we go. Yeah, nuked. It's post-apocalyptic pandemonium in hell's coziest cul-de-sac. Stand your ground, go scorched earth, and walk tall in the aftermath. All right. Switch 2 COD would look like it's on the GameCube. I mean, we'll see what it ends up looking like. I will say I have been surprised with just how good games can look on the Switch 2. It is still, it is like a generation behind still, though. Like, so I don't know. It probably isn't going to look great, at least not like docked. You know, I feel like everything usually looks better handheld because it's a smaller screen. The same with that, like, COD Mobile looks great on your phone, but then the second that you, like, pull it up on a PC or something, it's shit. Yeah, aren't Switch 2 specs essentially just PS4 level? That's, in layman's terms, that's what I've always been told. You can go down the street. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's really just half of Nuketown. Half of Nuketown, not Nuketown. What the hell is it called here? Half of Paradox Junction. Still can't remember the damn name of it. It's like a slightly better PS4. It has DLSS. Okay. It's like PS4 Pro, maybe. I don't know. Check out RE9 on Switch 2, and you'll be surprised how well it does. Oh, I haven't seen RE9 on it, but in my head, it's like Cyberpunk. Like, Cyberpunk looks pretty damn good. Although, even that is like a... How old is Cyberpunk now? Like 5 years old? Anyway, all right, so I got some stuff on the agenda here, and I wrote them down. All right, so what do you guys want to talk about first? Okay, and second of all, do we need some music up in here? I feel weird we don't have any music. You know what? There is music. You guys are probably hearing the game music, and I think I'm cool with that. Let me just make it not zombies though. Let me pop into multiplayer. Play the multiplayer theme. Start with something small. All right. Well, here, I'm just going to run down what we got here, okay? We can talk about Modern Warfare 4. Probably the biggest fucking thing. Although I'm sure at this point everyone's talked about it a million times. I talked about it in that video. Kind of a subtopic off of this was the fact that, guys, I got to go and play it early. That shit was crazy. And I didn't really talk about it more in depth than just like that one video. So if anyone wants any more information, I guess. At this point, I'm sure that well is dry. Everyone has talked about everything there's to talk about. But I don't know. If you got any more lingering questions that maybe I could answer, let me know. We can talk about DMZ 2.0 or 1.0 or whatever because the other one was in beta. Whatever it was. We can talk about that. We can talk about the Black Ops Classic mode over here. Very, very fun. It's the only thing that I've played since getting back yesterday. Besides 007. I played a few hours of that. But it's the only Call of Duty I've played has been the Classic mode. The BO1 and BO2 port rumors we can talk about. And then just two less Call of Duty, more personal things. So someone asked before, where is your vacation? I say it's a vacation. Really, I went and got married. I was up in New York for about 2 weeks doing that. Making that happen. And then we can also talk maybe a little bit about the channel, maybe. I don't know. Does that interest anybody? Like what we're not doing anything crazy different with the channel, but like sometimes I feel like a good like touch bases is in order. So COD told us specifically we're supposed to call it DMZ, not DMZ 2.0. We're not allowed. Oh no. Guys, I'm not getting invited back, man. Wait, is that Stream Elements real? I have Stream Elements on? What the hell? Snubble with the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. They're all going to pop up right over here now. I think I muted it this time, though. I did not. Damn it, I didn't. Y'all are going to hear that forever. I didn't mean to have Stream Elements in here either. Oh, Lord. Well, that just nuked my chat. I can't see anything. Will I be able to play as Frank from American Dad? I hope so. Please tell me the movement in MW4 isn't as crazy as it seems. That's a tough question because I don't know what it seems like. It's definitely slower than BO7, but it's faster than MW22. I would even say it's similar but different to MW23, I feel like. I don't know exactly what that means, but it's in that same universe, in that same, you know, it's not wall bouncing, not omni movement, but there's a little bit of, you can do shit with it. I unironically love both base BO7 and classic mode in BO7. BO7 just I enjoyed my time with it, but it just got old to me. The movement, I just didn't want to sweat so much, man. And I am glad that, like, it seems like we're getting away from that crazy cracked out movement a little bit. To an extent, right? I was just saying, like, MW4 isn't... It's not... Black Ops Classic is a lot slower than, you know, MW4 was, but still in the same direction. The same downward trajectory, if that makes sense. As an almost exclusively zombies guy, I'm happy to skip MW4, but hope it's good for everyone who enjoys it. Hell yeah. Yeah, this will be the first game in a long time without any zombies presence, which... I don't know, for me is good. I feel like not every game needs zombies. I feel like a lot of the magic of zombies was that it wasn't constant like this. Like the fact that we are on, like, how many maps now from the start of, like, BO6 to now? Like, we've had this constant feed of maps every 2 to 3 months for the last year and a half. I feel like we need that break to keep it special, you know? I got beef with you. Oh no. OMA wasn't as bad as you say it was. It was a total nuisance near the end of the life cycle of MW2, but by then everyone migrated to different games. Regardless, been binging you. Well, I appreciate that, but I'll push back on that beef. Everyone was using OMA. What do you mean? It's a total nuisance near the end of the game. It was a nuisance the whole way through. It was one of those things that just never got patched. Because IW exploded. Or imploded. It doesn't matter. Before they could even make patches for that game. By the way, because I did just kind of brush over it. Huge shout out to Snubble with the 10 gifted there. You guys saw them all pop over here. I can't run through them all. Marriage over Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4? What kind of priorities are that? I know. I gotta hand in my fucking nerd card. I'm sorry. Let's see. Good afternoon, Mr. Replay Mode. There's no merit equivalent for males. You can call me Mrs. I'll allow that. Mrs. Replay Mode. I'll take it. Did it feel more of the same or did it feel fresh? MW4, it felt... This is gonna sound like a dumb statement. Just prepare yourself. It felt like a sequel. like it felt like the same, but with like a few extra bells and whistles. Like if you're looking for like a completely rebuilt game, like that's not what MW4 is. But in my opinion, like you should be looking for like every sequel is just the other game with like a few extra bells and whistles. It felt different enough It felt upgraded, enhanced enough to like warrant being a sequel, rather than something like BO6 to 7, where like both games feel very similar on the sticks. Coming from 22 at least to 4, it felt enough different, I'll say. Better, worse than MW3? It's way too early for me to make that judgment. I mentioned in the video, but I feel like I cut the first time that I talked about it, and I only left in the second half, like way late in the video, so I don't blame anyone if I didn't mention it, or if you didn't catch it. I played MW4 with like 3 hours of sleep, or the entire trip was a blur. I don't trust my own opinions with it. Genuinely, I played so little of it with such little cognition, if that's a word. Wait for the beta. Trust other people's judgment, I think, as far as gameplay and stuff goes. I can only say, like, what I went through, and I'm like, it's too early for me to make that judgment call, whether it felt better than 3, you know? It felt fresh, though, I will say. So sprinting while strafing and going backwards is gone in MW4. Correct. You could... I believe you could dive backwards, but like you couldn't slide side to side or anything like that. Yeah, no sprinting side or wait, no, could you sprint backwards? Ooh. There definitely wasn't sliding. That was like a huge key thing for me, was like if we're sliding around every corner again, it doesn't matter how grounded it is, it's gonna be just slide simulator, you know. You missed Halo and COD Sun Destiny getting the last update. Wait, what happened with Halo? I know Destiny, they laid off some people, right? And they said there's no more Destiny after this. Did you make any friends at the MW4 creator camp? Yeah, I met some people. It was a lot smaller than I thought it would be. I think there were like 70 of us, and even at that, we were split into 2 groups, so there was only like 35, if I did that math right. And of them, I don't exist enough in this space to like know most of them. I recognized a handful of people, but everyone else, it was just... It's weird at those, or at that event, I should say. Not those events. Again, I've only ever been to one. But it's weird meeting people and they give me their first name, because I give them my first name. I say, hey, what's up, Austin? Nice to meet you. And they say, hi, John, whatever. And then, like, 4 minutes into the conversation, I have to stop and be like, all right, no, but what's, like, hold on. What are you, like, what have I heard of you anywhere? You know, like, it's weird. I don't know. Like what's your creator handle? What's your gamer tag? What's all, you know, feels very like junior high-ish. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about the impact of tax sprint live on movement in MW4. I've seen a lot of people against tax sprint, and I will say for me, it's not a make or break for me. I do think in general, I think all things being equal, I would prefer to not have tax sprint, but it's one of those things that, like, it knocks it down like a fraction of a percent, you know? Like, to me, I will say, actually, I assume that people have talked about this before, but one thing that they showed us was they made an update to tax sprint where you can almost physically see your tax sprint stamina. Where, like, now, you know, you're sprinting and it's always up, always up, always up, and then it's down. Now, it's like you immediately go up, and then as you're sprinting, your character will slowly lower it, kind of as you're, like, running out of stamina. That felt pretty, like, clean to me. It's still the same, like, I'm constantly, you know, fucking breaking shit, apparently. Do I have another controller here? Like, you know, I do feel like I'm constantly, like, you know, I'm gonna break my damn controller. because I'm just mashing that sprint button, but I don't know, it felt fine to me. I don't know. Good change, but still attack sprint is pointless. Yeah, to me it was very similar to like the gunsmith, the gunny system thing that they had. Where it's like, it's a good change, but I'm not sure that it solves the problem that a lot of people have. I think attack sprint makes sense on larger maps, but not in core 6v6. I could see that. Like, I would be all for it not existing in 6v6, but it does in Ground War and in, like, you know, DMZ or whatever. Dude, the screen name, real name, struggle is real, dude. I was, yeah. Do the attachments have downsides again? They do. Although I didn't dig into them that much, but some other people that were there did, and it seemed like a lot of the downsides weren't actually that bad. It was like they would list them as like, you know, a huge negative on your ADS speed, but in reality it was like 2% or something crazy. Happy Pride Month. Hell yeah, man. Happy Pride Month, everybody. What other creators were at the MW4 event? Like I said, man, I'm not in the space. Half the people, I know most of them as John and Philip, and you know, like I'm awful with remembering names, so I don't think there was a John or a Philip. I'm just making shit up. Did MW4 feel like 19? Yeah. So it felt like a proper sequel to 19, which I mean that's what it should be. But all right, is that enough MW4? If you guys don't want to talk about MW4, we can. I just don't want to, like, because again, I went from cramming to get these videos done. I went from cramming to get like 3 or 4 videos done in so usually every video takes me a week. I wanted to prep 4 so that I would have plenty of time to go get married. And I took about 2.5, almost 3 weeks completely off. And so I was cramming to get it done. And then right at, like, the very end, it was like the week before I had to go get married. That was when that event was, the MW4 event. And then, I didn't realize this. After the event, or at the event, they told us we could make videos about it. And I was like, fuck, now I gotta make another goddamn video. And so I'm just cramming to get this shit in. And then I completely go offline. I don't know. So, like, I don't know what has actually been revealed about MW4 at this point. And I'm afraid of saying the wrong thing if I'm being blatantly honest. I don't think there's anything they told me that I shouldn't say, but I'm a little like, I don't know what you guys have heard and what, like, I don't know. What I'm just like, they have a massive blog post for DMZ. Yeah, let me look through that. We didn't get to play DMZ. If I had to guess, you guys are seeing the same thing that they showed us. DMZ MW4 blog. There's a leaked click of the menus and stuff in gameplay, but that's it. Okay. I legit use your streams to know when the new season is live. I didn't realize it had released already. Man, I didn't even realize that a new season had dropped until I came home yesterday and loaded up because I wanted to play Black Ops Classic, and I saw like a new thing for Season 4. I was like, oh, damn. It is wild. Oh, I do want to say quick, though. The marketing for this game is the weirdest marketing I've ever fucking seen. The game, Black Ops 7 just entered Season 4, which means that we are effectively halfway done. Halfway through this game. And now, MW4 is coming out like a little bit earlier than usual. It's a whole thing, but... we are, you know, halfway through this game, and not only is the next game revealed, usually around now we would have like just a logo reveal or like a quick little reveal trailer. But like, we know everything about MW4, do we not? Like, let me hold on a second before I like accidentally like. Everyone knows the guns and the maps and the core mechanics, and like we haven't seen a lot of it, I guess, but like creators are talking about it all, right? I gotta fix this. Hold on. It's been pissing me off. It feels like we just got like a giant barrage of info over the last like week or two. To the point that it's like, what else is even left? I got that vibe at the event. They were telling us so much information that I was like, I felt, I was like, am I supposed to be here? Like, they were telling us a bunch of stuff about the campaign that I almost deliberately tuned out because I was like, I don't want to be spoiled. I know that some stuff that they spoiled for us made its way out. I believe that was allowed. The thing, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But they spoiled a lot of other stuff that not quite story wise, but like they showed us a bunch of missions. It might have been every mission, and I was like, I had to tune myself out. I was like, I don't want to know all this. I want to experience the game like everybody else. I don't want to know every little thing. Did they say they'd finally wrap up the campaign of MW123? As far as like, is 4 gonna be the last one? I don't know. I don't. They didn't tell us that at the studio or anything. So I don't know. You guys would probably be. You guys would probably know more than me at this point if you like follow any other creator. Everyone is terrified of GTA. If you watch the various presentations over the last week, everything is launching in September to early October. Dude, I noticed that as well. It's like right now, the only thing releasing in... It is November, right? It's November that GTA is coming out. It's just the new Ocarina of Time remake, right? That's the only other thing actually releasing in November. That's nuts. They spoiled Makarov, and they sort of spoiled the ending with DMZ trailer. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. And a new Godzilla game. Oh, there's a new Godzilla game in there. No, and Barbie? Well, I'm willing to bet the Barbie game doesn't directly compete with GTA. But yeah, no, they kind of spoiled the Makarov thing, and like, I don't know... To me, that was the first thing that they said in the like presentation that I perked up at and was like, I don't know about that. Obviously, we got to see when it actually comes out, and like maybe they're so confident in this campaign that they're like, we're getting out ahead of what we think is going to be the big thing. We're going to just put it out there so that everybody knows, and now they can focus on like the actual story that they're telling. Like maybe, but I don't think it bodes very well. To just, like, more or less retcon the game. Retcon MW3, that is. I don't think they can afford MW4 being another BO7. They need 2019 energy right now. And I think they have it, to be honest. I mentioned a lot in the actual video I talked where I talked about, like, the game, you know, going to play it early. The vibes are like, to me, the biggest thing that made BO7 like just plummet in like the casual audience are the vibes. It's just like, it's very it just doesn't feel polished. It doesn't feel cohesive. It doesn't feel like it needs to exist. Like there is no, I don't know. It's just kind of all over the place. And that's what made things like the Michael Rooker fucking boss fight really like stick out. I don't get that. I don't get that out of this game at all. I really feel like MW4. I mean, just from like the marketing and the trailers so far, they're really nailing that like fucking tactical, fucking dark, but also like a little bit of humor. Not exactly humor, but a little bit of levity with like some of the, you know, K-poppy kind of shit. I don't know. I think it has a distinct tone and style that is actually going to work. The Dark Price. Dark Price is such like a fun idea, you know? To me, the Price story in MW4 looks okay, but the whole North Korea story has me hyped somewhat. Yeah, honestly, and I love that we're going back to like an A team, B team thing too, man. That's really what made like the original trilogy so special. Was you got to play as these tier 1 operators doing some crazy shit and like progressing the story and like the macro like war, but then you would jump down into like fucking you're in the ground with Foley and Dunn and just getting shit done, you know. And I think that's something that's been missing since what even was the last game to like have a big battle like that, you know, or any like. I mean, I guess Vanguard was kind of boots on the groundy, you know, infantry based, but I don't know. Care more about 141 and MW4 if we didn't get the same premise a year ago. The same premise a year ago. What do you mean? What premise here? When are we getting the COD 2 remake after MW4? Yeah, maybe. What if they did come out with a like? What if they did come instead of like a Master Chief Collection or, you know, doing like the Golden Era, Golden Age? What if they just did a whole World War II thing and they just did COD 1, 2, 3? Just to troll us. Ex-soldiers going on the run. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, to an extent. With Price kind of being MIA. It is a little bit different. Or MIA isn't the right word. AWOL. It is a bit similar. I'll give you that. I'll never forgive whoever said COD has no iconic characters when Vanguard was getting released. It did feel like, I mean, what? Adler? Adler is like a staple character now. Graves is pretty solid. I guess Valeria now. Valeria is pretty big. In fact, I have to play MP and especially Warzone to unlock Cherry Fizz as criminal. Hope you enjoyed your wedding. Hey, thanks, man. Gaz is good. I'm working on a video. I don't know. It probably won't be next, but I hope to work on a video relatively soon talking about the Modern Warfare campaigns. And I think the running title I have is like Call of Duty doesn't understand Modern Warfare or something like that. And I want to talk about how like every time that the new trilogy tries to like copy the old trilogy, it just doesn't work. But every time that the new trilogy does something cool and new, it's fucking phenomenal. But it feels like No Russian was not good. They just completely missed the point. Completely like pulled the punch. And I feel like the characters also, with the exception of Price and Gaz. Price and Gaz, I think, are both improvements to their original, but like new Makarov, not as good. New Ghost, this might be a hot take. New Ghost, I've talked about it so many times. I fucking hate New Ghost. Old school Ghost was so much better. Soap was so much better than the original. Fucking Shepard, the list just keeps going, you know. But Price and Gaz, I think, are the two like standouts. Let's see. Looks like they ditched new Ghost silly mask. Let me take a look at it better, actually. Because I saw some people talking about his mask. Oh, you know what? I made the mistake of going over to Charlie Intel's Twitter, thinking that he only tweets about Call of Duty, and it's like all the other game news. Wait, MW4 cover art. Am I crazy? What is the cover art? Oh no! When you Google MW4, COD 4 comes up. We're in for another year of this shit. Wow, alright, never mind. It really irks me how disconnected the trilogy is as a whole, especially with MW2 essentially detouring and MW3 being really hard to recapture 2019's vibe, but way worse. It does seem like this game might be like trying to connect it in some way back, because like you got Valeria, like I do agree though. I feel like it's not as tight, you know. I think it's also just global political situation that kind of restricts them. Oh, you know what? That might be a good point. Assuming that was in response to like Makarov and like, you know. Yeah, I think I can see that. What kind of a name is Soap though? We never found out why it was called Soap. We probably did. I think there is a lore reason in there. Let's see. Can't be as controversial as the original MW trilogy. I think they can be, just not in the same way. Like, I don't know. To me, it wasn't even... The new No Russian wasn't even about not being controversial, but that it just didn't serve a purpose in the story. Like, the original No Russian happens... I mean, it's the inciting incident, right? You're introduced to Makarov and his gang, and you don't fully know what the hell is going on, like what he's capable of. None of that. I think it's literally the third mission in the game. And it's a bit of a rug pull, and it's meant to be this, like, you know, hey, we're badass fucking soldiers, we got this shit, and then we get knocked on our ass, you know, like it's meant to be this big loss, this big, like, oh shit, like, not necessarily we fucked up, although we did kind of fuck up, but like it's supposed to be like something that sets the tone, sets the stakes. It's heavy in not just like in that it's controversy, but like controversial, but like it's heavy in the story. Meanwhile, the new No Russian randomly happens halfway through the game. Makarov hijacks this plane again, kind of just randomly, or not even hijack, but like, you know, does this whole Samara has Samara fucking blamed for it or whatever, crashes the plane, and then the very next mission, you just stop that. You just, like, the very next mission, you go and you stop the planted information. You recover it so no one blames Farah for it. Like it turns it into a zero-sum game. Like, it isn't this heavy moment anymore. It's just, like, a random step on the way to the end game. You know what I mean? That if the setup mission of No Russian and the follow-through mission of No Russian didn't exist, the game wouldn't have changed at all, you know? That's more so what I mean. Like, it just doesn't have bite to it. And there's, like, a lot of small little bits like that where, like, they throw shit from the old trilogy in, and it's like, they just don't have it, you know? Let's see. Do you have any COD spin-off ideas? I mentioned it a lot, but I really like the idea of a COD that like you follow like a lineage. You know, you follow someone in World War II, you play as him, and then you play as their son in like, I don't know, like the 50s, 60s Cold War era, and then you play as their son in the 90s, then you play as their son in like, you know, and like the whole game like spans generations like that. I think something like that would be super cool. Hey, what's going on in Future More Games? I'm doing pretty good. No Russian 2 Electric Boogaloo, pretty much. Shock value only has value if 1, it's not overwritten, and 2, comes when the player usually expects basic things like at the start of the game. Exactly. It didn't have that what do they always yell at The Last Jedi for? What or is it The Last Jedi, the second of the new sequel trilogy? What am I thinking of here? Expectations. Subverting expectations. They didn't do that. They didn't subvert the expectation, which is what worked with No Russian, you know? Somehow Palpatine returned. That's what they did. I mean, somehow Graves returned, right? That's why I stopped playing COD. Like, the respect for the soul of the franchise is gone. When you're talking about the setup and execution of No Russian. Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, And a lot of that is, like, what I get at when I'm saying, like, if the game deserves to exist. If the game has, like, proper direction and cohesion. It's like, do the decisions make any sense from, like, an artistic standpoint? From a writing standpoint? Or is it just something to, like, make money? Is it just like, hey, we're bringing Graves back because he's hot and that sells bundles, you know? Or is this just like a nostalgia cash grab, you know? Like, oh, we need No Russian back because everyone loves No Russian. Or not loves No Russian. I don't know who's over here with the fucking No Russian foam finger, but like, you know, it's an iconic bit. Thoughts on them spoiling how a certain villain ends up in MW4? I talked about it briefly. It really depends on how the rest of the story is. If it is something where, like, the rest of the story that they made is, like, top tier, superb, and, like, this was a sacrifice that, like, they had to make, then sure. But anything less than, like, a phenomenal story makes it feel like, why did they do that? Why would they just, like, make the last game pointless? And also, I'm not sure how I feel about them spoiling their own game like that. Like, I feel like if they were going to, like, reveal that plot point beforehand, I would always want them to do it in-game somehow. Like, obviously resources are a thing, but, like, imagine if they, like, released one more raid episode randomly. And in that raid, it was, like, you know, prices going after Makarov. And then it ends with Makarov, you know. I feel like getting to be able to play through it and experience it, which I guess you will be able to do later, but, like, now it's spoiled for a lot of people. I don't know. Soap somehow survives the headshot and ends up found near the MW4 in North Korea. No, he's in DMZ. He's the final boss. You will. It's mission 2, apparently. You know, I get that you will, but, like, the way that people first experience the death isn't, well, for a lot of us, the way that we first experienced the idea of him dying is by being spoiled by the game developers themselves. Like that's weird to me. If they wanted to have this, like, hey guys, just testing the waters here, this is what's gonna happen, then I think that they, like, should have they should have done that, I don't know, in a better way than just, like, reading a tweet. I don't know. Bring Roach back. I love Roach. I want him back. Let's see. Hint toward it in the season? Yeah, maybe. Something like that. I also don't like how most seasons, the story, quote-unquote, is just a cutscene. I feel like we need some kind of... I want to be able to play through something like it is a game, you know? Sadly, I think they spoiled it because the campaign isn't a draw anymore, especially after BO7. Oh, yeah, I think it's definitely because of BO7's, like, response that they feel like they need to get out ahead of it, but... yeah. This is why DMZ is goated. I'm glad that you said that, because that's finally going to get me onto DMZ. Here we go. Let's talk about some DMZ, everybody. If I do this, what happens? Ooh. Okay. I can work with that. Put you guys over here for a minute. I haven't actually read through this blog post. Again, oh, here, let's scoot this stuff. Boop. Again, I was at the event where they talked about a lot of this, or at least what I assume is a lot of this. I'm just gonna skim through it and talk about DMZ a little bit. Right now, it seems like the biggest debate, the biggest discussion around DMZ is PvE versus PvPvE, and like some people really want like some kind of PvP or PvE mode, excuse me. Especially coming off of, like, Endgame. A lot of people love Endgame, myself included. I really do like just how chill that game mode is. A lot of people want something like that. Other people want something more akin to, like, Tarkov or Marathon, where it's PvP is more front and center. We'll have to see. Have you tried an extraction shooter before, apart from DMZ, Marathon, perhaps? Yeah, I've played Marathon. The hell else have I played? Extraction shooters just really don't do it for me. I'll talk more about it here in a minute, but I think the biggest thing on the PvE side of things is I feel like it's two sides shouting against each other. Or I'm sorry, shooting past each other. It really feels like the people who want PvE don't want an extraction shooter. And that's, I think, what they should be saying. Not that we want an extraction shooter that is PvE, but like that they just want they just want some kind of co-op PvE mode. Because, like, so much of what I read in here, I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. A fucking, a weather system, this big open map. You have missions and shit in it. Yeah, story missions. This all sounds great. I just wish it was, like, a big free roam game, you know? Just, like, against bots. But the thing is, like, that's just not an extraction shooter. I don't know. Let's see. The big thing is what? Hold on. We got. Oh, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on. I need to make sure that they talk about this. Yeah. Okay. FOB. A hub between operations. Your FOB can be upgraded to unlock new services, expand operational capabilities, and prepare your squad for future deployments. I'm pretty sure this is fucking headquarters coming back. Y'all. Are we finally getting that shit back? FOB is the new operational backbone of DMZ. Access the following via the physical FOB spaces and streamlined menu navigation. Yeah, so this is like a physical space again. Just watch the COD pod, lol, they explain it. Ah, shit. All right, I'm going to have to. Yeah, it definitely seems like a mini HQ. I will say I am blown away at the amount of stuff in DMZ. Like, oh no, Snubble with another 5 gifted. Thank you so much. FOB. What else do we talk about here? Active duty operators. Looting, crafting. Oh yeah, there's crafting. Recovery features. Oh, and then just additional intel. Okay. I really wonder. There's got to be a beta for this, right? They've got to be doing 2 betas this year. One for DMZ, one for multiplayer. It's about to be a packed few months. I'm gonna be real. Oh yeah, boss board. Review the latest intel on hostile lieutenants. Hold on. Escalating threats. I need to like remind myself of something quick. I'm trying to remember what it was. There it is. Dynamic operations, side ops, and free roam. It's like there's like little missions that you can go on. Odds on BO1 and 2 dropping today. I think today might be a little late. This is technically DMZ 1 out of beta. Yeah, kind of. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, but I like the reason some people want a PvE mode is that there's actual palpable content beyond gunfighting in DMZ, and having to match in top 100 Warzone players makes doing that hard. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, is like, I don't want to be griefed. You know what I mean? Like, here's what I want DMZ to be, okay? Take the words extraction shooter out of it. This is what I want the third mode of Call of Duty to be. I want it to be a co-op game where me and up to 3 of my friends can jump into a living, breathing world with different factions. I want it to be Helldivers. I think that's just what I want the third mode to be. And the fact that it's kind of that, but it has PvP in it as well, it's just like a little thorn in my side. That's how I feel about it. I'm still going to give it a shot. I just don't like the PvP. Like, I just don't like the PvP always constantly on part of it. We'll see. No shade to people who like it. I mean, obviously, this is what it is. Like, it is an extraction shooter. That is a huge part of being an extraction shooter. But for me, that's just not exactly what I want, you know? I mean, it does seem like if and when you die, it's way more forgiving in that you can just like buy your guy back, and like there's a bank system, and like it's really built out, especially compared to the first DMZ. We'll just have to wait and see. Like I am hopeful for it. It's just I'm not an extraction guy. I don't know. Off topic, but do you do YouTube full time or do you work too? At this point, I pretty much do it full time. Between replay mode and like 1 or 2 other contracts that I have running at any given time. But very quickly, replay mode is outpacing those. So huge thank you to all the support y'all been giving me. It's been fucking incredible. And hopefully once I am able to go full time, I can pay that shit back with like 1 million streams and 1 million contents. There just needs to be more strength and defensive options, honestly. Yeah, I think a lot of it is dependent on how it plays. I think, much like what I was saying way earlier, is like... Sorry, popping a drink quick. It's just too early. Before actually getting to play it, I'm optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic, though. Because, again, vibes are on point, but, like, if the core gameplay isn't for me, then the core gameplay just isn't going to be for me, you know? But I love that it's set in, like in Korea, like the actual... Well, actually, I don't know if it's the actual DMZ. Let me take that back. They said the name of the map, right? It's like, yeah, Hajin. A sprawling exclusion zone forged by the aftermath of the MW4 campaign. Yeah, I kind of wish that they wouldn't like spoil that, like clearly, you know. But I love like North and South Korea has a DMZ. That's how I learned what a DMZ was in high school. I was like, oh yeah, it was the Korean DMZ, that little strip in between them, the demilitarized zone. Like it just fits. It just works. It is a DMZ. You know, like it fits. Honestly, don't get the extraction genre hype. In Arc Raiders, working and chatting to other people is so fun, but the actual objective never grabbed me. I will say, I also... So I play on console, I play on PS5. Something about my audio setup, I have never been able to hear people in chat. In game chat, ever. So, like, that is a huge part of those games, like Marathon, Arc Raiders, whatever. Excuse me. That I just can't interact with because of how my audio is set up here. And so, to be fair, like, that might be a big reason why, like, I don't love those games like other people do, you know? Were the Mill Sims all roped into one character like 2019 and 22? Were they individual operators? I don't recall seeing anyone called just Mill Sim. I believe they were all individual operators. In fact, actually, someone pointed out, I noticed this in when we so how the event worked was we went into like the theater first, and they gave us like a big presentation, like an hour and a half. It was a long fucking presentation, talked about everything before we actually got to go play the game. And one of the presentations that they did was like different deaths or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but like it was just a montage of people being killed in different ways. And the character that they chose was the character model for Gary Aswalt. If anyone's been around the channel for a while, the Milsim, the Barrage skin was like the test dummy. And so everyone's like oohing and eyeing, and I'm fucking losing it in the back at the fact that they chose fucking Gary Aswalt. That guy is an operator. What was he in MW2? Oh no, wait, he has a Milsim skin, right? Regardless if he was or wasn't, that guy is an operator. Or at least he was in the build that we played. He was Barrage. Well, Barrage was the name of the skin, but what was the operator? Was it just Milsim? Oh no, it was Shadow Company. Wait. Let me see. Oh yeah. It was Spectru Milsim. Okay, yeah. So that guy is just like a character in this. Like I didn't see any just like specific Milsim section, if that makes any sense. So of course I made sure to grab him immediately once I got in game and could actually like choose my operator and everything. I think he's also like in some cover art or something too, and I'm like, hey, that's fucking Aswalt, man. I would pay $19.99 for a replay mode skin. Hell yeah, brother. We got one. I'll let Activision know. My girlfriend is obsessed with North Korea, and she mentioned the architecture shown in DMZ trailer references both North and South Korean tendencies. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't think at least... They didn't put out, like, the top-down or anything, right? Because I don't think we saw, like, the top-down. My guess would be that, like, parts of it are in North, parts are in South. That's 100% speculation, though. Because, like, it is, like, DMZ, right? Like, the DMZ is on the line. I don't know. We'll see. I like 2019 operators before they added the campaign characters. I think it's stupid running around as them. What are y'all's thoughts on factions? Because that was something that I mentioned. I should have known that people wouldn't like it. I should have known that after Vanguard, people wouldn't like the lack of factions. But like to me, I'm cool with it. Sorry, I dropped my pen. I'm cool with no factions here. I feel like in Vanguard, even I was like lukewarm on it, but in Vanguard, like it made sense because like we're doing it's like a historical battle that we're fighting. But here, I don't know. I'm cool with it being factionless, but I see a lot of people pushing back on that, so I'd be curious to see what y'all are thinking. This is West Korea. Oh, my bad. What are your thoughts on the MW4 campaign basically being spoiled by IW themselves? I talked about that probably 20 minutes ago if you want to run the stream back. But overall, not a fan of like themselves doing it. We'll have to see when the game actually comes out, though, to see if it was justified. Really wouldn't mind if they would just do the stone operator in every COD. Continuity? What continuity? Stone is just there. That's all the explanation that's needed. Yeah, man, like John Black Ops? I'll be with it. Love the idea of factions. They just need to find a way to implement them. A better way to implement them. I actually liked it because I end up knowing which operators to shoot each game. See, to me, maybe I'm small-brained, but, like, I never... I never at least consciously, like... I'm like, oh, Ghost. I'm playing against Ghost right now, so any Ghost I see, I'm gonna shoot, you know? I shoot any moving body unless there's a little, you know, blue name over their head, you know? Factions can work if done right. I play mostly Warzone where you have all the operators option. See, I mean, that's a good point also. Like, there haven't been factions ever really in Warzone. Grandpa, could you tell me how it was fighting against the enemy team in World War II? It was brutal. To me, I just look at yellow name. Yeah, right? I feel like they can't build the story around plausible real-world scenarios and not include factions. I mean, to an extent, I think it's suspension of disbelief, right? It's the same thing as like respawns. You know, the fact that you are playing as Price in a multiplayer game and you die and you get to just come back, like that's okay because it's the game mode. I feel like it's a similar thing for me in factions as far as like an immersion standpoint goes. I definitely do get like the argument though of like if everyone on the fucking if everyone in the lobby can play as Ghost, then that's nuts. Everyone's gonna be you know. I think I like what I believe it was MW3 did this. No, wait, I think I might be conflating things. There was a game that there would be like subtle color differences to the outfits. I think something like that might help. BO3 had that thing where like when you had your field upgrade or your specialist ability, you would glow. I really hope they give Ghost its classic mask. The new one where it's an actual skull looks goofy as fuck. No, I agree. So it's not 6 Ghosts for 6 prices. I'm okay with that. I mean, in theory, they would probably be on the opposite team, right? So like that could happen. It was brutal, Timmy. Saw Attack on Titan, Chokeslam Terminator, who machine gun Godzilla into nothing. Pour one out for Grandpa, eh? Factions do a lot of work helping out the hardcore modes. So you know what? That's a really good point. Hardcore. So you know who is on which sides, so you can react better. But also the operators on each side and announcers do provide some flavor. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about that with announcers. I will say, I don't know if anyone else has mentioned this. I think I mentioned in a comment. I hope I'm allowed to talk about this. The build that we played was so early, our announcers were all like speech to text or text to speech. So like I don't know what the announcers actually sound like, like team to team, like how that interacts with no factions, because half of our announcers were just like, they've got the flag, you know, like it was just temp dialogue, which I thought was really cool. And like once I picked up on it, I was like, oh shit, I feel like I'm somewhere, you know. I feel like I really am getting the early experience here. I'm seeing the seams. I like it. But I wonder. I've always thought having like an announcer pack would be really cool. Or I wonder what it would be like if there were factions, but factions literally it was just your your announcer, you know? I wonder if that would be cool. Cutthroat from MW3 is multi-team, but without the identity. BO2's multi-team. You could identify who is who based on their model. Could work around that. But now it's random who you'll encounter. I guess so, but this isn't the first time either, right? Like we mentioned Vanguard. Vanguard didn't have. BO4 didn't have. BO3 didn't have. Maybe Infinite Warfare? I can't remember. Infinite Warfare, I think, though, ran on the same system as BO3, and it was... You could just play as whoever the hell. So, like, there is some precedent to it. AW didn't. Well, AW is all customizable characters, to be fair. Probably have no idea on voice moderation and that ish, but it's been killing S&D the past few years. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, again, like, just anecdotally, like, I can't even hear people in game ever. So, not because I've been banned or anything, just like my PS5 audio setup. So, yeah. Dude, I would love to see actual customization back, though. I will say that was like my #1 thing that I was like looking for. Oh, also theater mode. They talked about that shit, right? Isn't theater coming? Did you already see the new zombies map name shown off? I saw it. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, though. Let's do this. All right, hold on, because I know it's hard to pronounce, right? Kawaiju? Kawakju? Hold on, I need to see it actually spelled. 1 minute, y'all. Scroll. Directed mode, starting room. Kawakaju. Kawakujo? Kawakujo, that's it. Looks cool. I'm with it. Zombies maps lately have been pretty solid, honestly. Outside of, I mean, Nuketown was okay. But, like, the Totenreich was pretty solid. It's pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. Didn't play a lot. As I'm sure I mentioned 18 fucking times now, the last 2 months, 2 or 3 months of my life have been the most busy and the most stress-filled ever. So I have not had a lot of time to play content, just outside of, like, outside of streams and like stuff for work. But really like Totenreich. I'm willing to bet I'll like this one for the limited playtime I'll have of it. Honestly, I'll probably have more time to play this one, but we'll see. I'd pay money for a Microsoft Sam announcer. See, it's that easy, Activision. Come on. Let's see. I would love for character customization like Ghost or AW again. Oh, dude, I would love it. I would love it. I believe the finals has kind of the system that I would want, which is that you can buy bundles or unlock bundles, I guess. But instead of just buying a skin, you buy every like piece of that skin. So you'll buy a full skin, but it's really an outfit that you can take, like the helmet, you can take the I don't know, the gloves, the torso, the shorts, the shoes, whatever, the bag that he might be carrying, and you can mix and match with other bundles that you have. I am shocked that they haven't done something like that. Like, I would spend so much more money if I knew that buying a bundle didn't like lock me to having to play with this operator, and instead kind of let me mix and match, you know? Don't give them ideas, bro. I'm trying to give them ideas that will hopefully give them money and also give me something I want. Like, it'll I don't know. It's a happy transaction. Happy customer, happy opposite of customer. I sounded smart until I got there, right? Let's see. All right, what haven't we talked about today? We talked about MW4 a lot. We talked about DMZ. Oh, Black Ops Classic. I mean, there's not really too much to talk about with Black Ops Classic, right? But, I mean, other than it's fucking incredible. And the best thing that Call of Duty's ever put out. And whoever came up with the idea for it, like 2 months ago in a YouTube video, deserves the Nobel Peace Prize? What? Who said that? Yeah, if you haven't played BO7 in a while, maybe hop on to try the Classic mode. Basically what they did was they stripped Omni movement out. They simplified, they cut a lot of perks, they cut a lot of equipment down to basically just anything that existed in BO2. Then they limited the map pool to just be remakes. And honestly, it plays so fucking good. It plays exactly how you'd want like an old school Call of Duty to play. It is legitimately so fun. I realized that I cannot do unlimited sprint. Feels so stunted. That's fair. For me, I like having a little bit of limitation to it. I feel like it moves the skill gap. Maybe skill gap isn't the right word, but it moves the decision making process from how can I, keep moving and to let it, fucking go crazy on the stick, to how can I best position myself on the map. And to me, that's what's fun. Oh, excuse me. To me, that is like what's fun. That shouldn't be a surprise to any of y'all. I'm not like a movement king, and also my entire channel is like based off of maps and shit. So yeah, like the thing that like the mode that incentivizes map knowledge is going to be like my favorite, but I really liked it. Will they keep Black Ops Classic forever? I want to play it, but I haven't bought BO7 yet. I hope so. There's really no telling, but I hope. It's only BO1 and BO2 maps, but I kind of wish we got to try some BO7 maps on it, just to see how they would play. That'd be interesting. A lot of BO7 maps have, like, wall jump spots baked into, like, their core, though, Like Blackheart, that whole, like, side air, the side flank you wouldn't be able to get to, Going crazy on the stick is my new favorite replay mode quote. Hey, that's what I'm just speaking the truth here. That I'm not looking to go crazy on the stick. I'm not trying to go crazy on my stick, man. Actually, if BO1 and BO2 come back, I'll never buy another COD again. That's a decent enough transition to, you know what? How? Let me pull up some tweets, maybe. There have been some rumors. There have been some crazy rumors that Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are coming to... You know what? Let's just do this tweet. Why not? It's Charlie Intel. What's up? Oh, via PlayStation. So, over on PlayStation Game Size, on Twitter, they... Basically, they call out whenever a new game is added to the back end, to like the database over on PlayStation. And they called out that the games Black Ops and Black Ops 2 have been added to the store on the back end. Now, did they say the size? I thought they did. Am I nuts? Doesn't this say the sizes? Oh, I guess not. Okay. Someone else has the size. But this is interesting because while it is... Oh, Forward Leaks has the size. All right, let's see. Because while Xbox has had backwards compatibility for these games and more, for like ever, not so much on PlayStation. And honestly, just like on a personal level, I would fucking love this. Because I was a PlayStation boy back in the day. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the sizes. I was a PlayStation boy back in the day. I had it on PS3. I fucking loved BO1, BO2, all of the games around it as well. I don't know why I'm qualifying this. I loved them, and I played them on PS3. And I'm no longer ashamed to admit that. But the thing is, playing on a fucking PS3 controller all these years later, every time that I want to load up one of these older games, and I load these games up a lot, because now it's my job to play these older games, which is a wild statement, but it's true. This makes me want to fucking die. This is the worst, one of the worst controllers ever made. It's plasticky. The sticks are so loose. These triggers are like, you fucking slip off of them. Compared to what I really do think is like one of the top 5 fucking PlayStation. One of the top 5 gaming controllers of all time, the PS5 controller, feels so nice. I would love to play BO1 on this damn controller. So just for that reason, I'm perfectly fine if it is just a port. But that's kind of what like the big discussion is right now. Everyone's like, you know, because these sizes, right? Black Ops PS5 file size is 22 gigs, then it's 30 for BO2. Some people are speculating like, oh, well, maybe it is a remaster, or I think most people are smart enough to realize that it's not like a full remaster or anything. But some people are saying like maybe all of the DLCs are included, maybe it's high resolution textures, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. Bottom line is we don't really know yet. We'll hopefully find out soon. Some people pointed out that we are very, very close to June 19th, which is like the BO2 meme day, right? Like, hold on, let me do this in another. I think it's June 19th meme. June 19th meme BO2. Yeah,
all
like we're
have the same prefix, 61961. 619. Oh my god. June 19th. That's tomorrow.
Right, we're right around the corner from June 19th, which is like where this, I guess it's a meme, kind of, you know, like it's very, very close. I don't think that we're quite at the level of like GTA 6, when is, you know, trailer 3 dropping levels of schizophrenia yet, but I think this has some legs. Now, if this isn't it, then we're starting to approach that event horizon, you know what I'm saying? But for now, I'm putting a little bit of stock in this. We're only a week away. You know, maybe we'll see then. My guess is it's just going to be like a port or like a re-release. Maybe it'll look a little bit better in the same way that the Xbox 360 backwards compatibility, you know, I'm sorry, playing like the 360 versions on the Xbox One or Series X look better than if you just loaded them up on the 360. If I had to guess, it's going to look better no matter what. And that's probably why, like, I think these file sizes are a little bit bigger than what they are on the PS3. I think that just kind of makes sense. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, even if they were just ports, I'm happy. Because even if they're just ports, even just them being re-released on PS5 is going to have like a massive resurgence that I think is going to be fun to live through, to play through. You know what I mean? Even if it only lasts like a week, you know. But we aren't sure if we have to pay for DLC access or not. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. They might. I mean, yeah, I don't know. To me, I also don't know how it would work because I own it on PS3. I own all the DLCs on PS3. Do I have to rebuy the game? Do I have to rebuy the DLCs as well as the game? Do I just have to rebuy the game and I get all the DLCs because I already have it? Like, there's a lot of questions that come off of the first question being answered, but you know, I think we'll get there. Watch it just be an elaborate troll. It's weird. Like, what I said a bit ago about this being like the weirdest like hype season start. This is the weirdest start to like a COD hype season in a long ass time, because like, look, Black Ops 7 just started season 4. We're halfway through this game. We not only we have like a full-on reveal of MW4, down to like full-on campaign details, campaign story spoilers that Activision themselves are putting out. We know every multiplayer map. We haven't seen them all, but like I believe someone's tweeted out all the names. We have creators that went out and fucking played it and like are just openly allowed to talk about it. We have so much information on this next game so early. DMZ has already been revealed. We're still 4 months away. What the fuck is the rest of this like season going to be? You know what I mean? And on top of that, now we have possibly like a random re-release of 2 more or less random games, Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Why those 2 games? Why not the original MW trilogy? If like you want to hype up for MW4. Meanwhile, we also have Black Ops Classic releasing in BO7, kind of revitalizing, like bringing old school people back in and being like, hey, check it out without crazy movement. It's like there's so much different shit going on at once. And we still have 4 months until the like actual game comes out. I'm like, what is the rest? Is it just gonna be fucking radio silence then for a while? This is weird, man. Theory, I think release might be at the end of season 4. Treyarch officially announced season 4 as the final season of the story, so maybe they re-release after finishing BO7 season story. That's possible. I think it's more likely that they just gave up on the story. That like they reached that they just ran out of time, money, or passion, you know. Because like the BO7 story is fucking nothing. You know, like it just is what it is. I'd be surprised if there's not a bit of hype and marketing around this before launch. No way they could just casually drop both games without saying anything. Yeah. Zombies Chronicles for BO3 was announced 2 weeks before it came out, so the 619 thing could be so on, especially with it being Friday. Maybe. I've just learned over the last decade and a half, over the last 30 years of my life, that like trying to base like the current marketing plans on like past marketing plans very rarely works out. So like, especially when you go that far back to like BO3, that was 10 years ago. Almost, right? When was Zombies Chronicles? That was 2017, I think. Like, it's a completely different studio, completely different landscape, you know? But maybe. I'm hopeful, I guess. This is why I say they should reintroduce Carry Forward in BO7. They clearly don't care about it, so why not let it live its full life? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I mean, at this point, it's kind of a lost cause, BO7's identity. But that was kind of, I wanted BO7 to not just feel like BO6.5, and it kind of already felt like that. Yep, GTA has them in shambles. Oh, yeah. I guess so. It's just like, it's a lot of information. Didn't they avoid releasing MW2 MP Remastered because it would divide the player base from the old and new game? Surely re-releasing BO1 and BO2 do the same in their eyes, no? They switched every other year. I can see them making sense to this gap. Re-releases or remastered. So I would tend to agree with you, but one thing that they said actually at like the Q&A thing that for the event, I promise that I don't mean to like this isn't a humble brag that I went to go a thing, but like I keep thinking back to like some things that they said there. Someone asked them, it was actually a really good question about like the thought process between making small map mosh pits that are like these constant, you know, I talk about it all the time, right? The shrinkflation of Call of Duty maps, and how now there always needs to be a 24/7 playlist of Nuketown or Shipment or whatever. Face-off playlist where people just go in there to fucking meat grind. And I talk about it a lot, about how it's creating this fast lane for people who want to go super fucking fast through the grind, but by making this fast lane, it incentivizes people who, you know, it I can't remember the exact wording that I used, but it was like you'd be an idiot to not just go in the fast lane, right? Like you're seeing all these people whiz by you and you're stuck behind the fucking dude in the fucking station wagon, you know? You're gonna, like, it's gonna incentivize people to go over there, and that they should cut it out and fucking force everyone to not, you know, make these playlists special in some way. And so someone had a question about that. And one thing that they said was that in testing, that's not how it works. That there is a clear divide between there's people who play those face-off playlists exclusively, and there's people who don't exclusively. And that for the most part, people like if you cut off face-off 24/7, it's not that those people go in to make the other player pool bigger. Those people just fucking leave. They just fuck off. They go on TikTok or something. And so my new hypothesis would be, like, with things like adding Black Ops Classic recently, right? I was just saying before that, like, my feed is full of nothing but people saying, I got back on BO7 to play Black Ops Classic. Those are people that, when they didn't like what this game offered, they fucked off. But now that they have something that they like, they came back. I'm wondering if it would be a similar thing, right? If they re-release Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, whatever, it isn't so much that you would get the people currently playing Black Ops 7 to leave, but rather all those people who fucked off would come back to play that game instead, if that makes any sense. It's all theoretical, but just based off of the one fucking quote that I don't really have, but the one fucking trust me, bro, that I remember hearing, it feels like that would make sense. It could make sense. Also, everything is subjective. I don't know. Everything has a million angles, but that's where we're at. Let's see. Oh yeah, R.I.P. Tom Kane. I saw that a few times in there, David. I just didn't want to derail. Yeah, R.I.P. Tom Kane. It was the Takio voice actor, right? Original Takio. R.I.P. It's just a theory of game theory, pretty much. Question, how's the HUD and hit marker sounds for MW4? Hit marker sound didn't stand out to me as particularly good or bad. I'll say again, while most of the gameplay that we played was complete, or at least feature complete, there were certain things in the build that we played that were missing. Like I mentioned, announcer sounds. A lot of them were like Microsoft Sam, text to speech. And so it wouldn't surprise me if even what we played, the hit marker sounds and stuff like that, is still in development. HUD as well. I feel like HUD is pretty late stage gets changed. But it felt pretty good. I actually really liked a lot of the changes to menu to just the menu UI and shit. But even that, they were very upfront in saying hey, look, the layout, this is kind of what we're going for, but there's definitely some I forgot the word that they used. I think they said they wanted it to feel more magnetic or something like that. The layout that they had for us was solid, but there were certain functionality pieces of how certain pages moved around and shit that that they wanted to fine tune. So all in progress, but it didn't stand out to me as particularly bad or anything. The HUD, that is. Did you get to play Ground War? We did not. And so if you do, does it feel lazily slept on like MW2? It was actually feel intense like 19. Yeah, well, we'll have to see. We didn't play Ground War, but I've been doing this long enough that I know that if they don't show us something, then generally that means it's a slapped together thing. Case in point, the BO7 campaign, we didn't see a lot of that. We didn't see, I think, any actual gameplay of it before it came out. And wouldn't you guess, kind of a slapped together thing. And there's countless examples like that, right? I mean, fucking Ground War is probably a really good one. War in general in MW3, right? Obviously, we still have months to go. Hopefully, they do some kind of like a Ground War reveal as well, where they're like, holy shit, man, we added all of this and that and yada, yada, yada. But as it stands right now, the fact that it's kind of like a footnote reads to me that it might just be a tacked on thing. That's at least my expectation of it. I love Ground War. Honestly, I really liked it in 22. I think 22 was better than 19. Don't fucking shoot me. But as far as Ground War goes, but that was the vibe that I got. That's a good point. Appease the brain rotters, casuals, pro gamers, and nostalgia gamers. Yeah, like it's not necessarily stealing. I mean, you definitely are stealing some players, right? But in mass, I think it might be a lot of smaller pockets that are being pulled. Gut feeling better than the new MW3. For me, I think it will be. I don't know, because to me it feels more. I'm trying to think of a good way of putting it. It feels more put together. MW3 like was really good on the sticks. Like if you're like a competitive player, if like you're really into like the core gameplay of it and like the competitive nature of it, MW3 might take the cake. But like there's something about MW4 that just like it feels a little bit more polished, a little bit more like the experience, quote unquote, is kind of what they're going for, you know? And I think the overall experience will be better. But if you're just here to fucking shoot some shit and like, you know, min-max your weapons and you know, win some games of Dom or Hardpoint or whatever, then I don't know. Shit, we'll see, I guess. Do you think they might add a classic style mode to MW4, considering how positively the BO7 community feels about it? Maybe. I don't think that there's enough in MW4, truthfully, that they could kill to make it feel old school. Outside of like tax sprint. Tax sprint and like removing some of like the newer, like the drill charges and stuff. But and maybe this is a compliment toward MW4, is like I feel like it's a lot closer to classic COD in that way. No sliding is a big thing. Oh yeah. I mean, they could kill sliding in general. Although I will say it did feel like when I played MW4, like sliding wasn't nearly as big of a thing because you couldn't slide around corners or anything. Although I believe you could slide cancel. I didn't slide cancel. I'm not good at the game, so I didn't. You know, I didn't run through like the whole gauntlet or anything, but yeah. To me, I love the experimental style of MW3, like the weekly attachments that were all broken, but fun as hell. Yeah, there's definitely they have those Apex attachments. I don't know if they said if they were weekly or not. But I do know that, oh god, good lord, excuse me. But I'm pretty sure every gun has one, and it kind of drastically changes how the gun plays. So you definitely have that in there as well. I know it won't be the last, but I'm so done with Modern Warfare and any new Black Ops games. I'm done with Black Ops. I'm cool with Modern Warfare existing for a bit. But with Black Ops, it's got to be done. It has to be done. Apex attachments are the final attachment, I think. Yeah. It's like just before Prestige, or maybe you do Prestige. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's the last attachment. But as far as, I don't know if like they're adding more through weeklies, I guess is what I'm getting at. Because like they didn't talk about post-launch info at all when I was there, and I assume that they didn't talk about any of that in blogs or anything since. Didn't 2019 have a realism mode that did something? Could be an upgrade version of that removes the crazy movement. Oh, maybe. That'd be interesting. Yeah, they had, or 22 had tier 1 mode that I think they removed pretty quickly because people realized it was kind of like hardcore, but not. What's the TTK like compared to BO6 or 7? Wait, 7. I had to check my keyboard to see what the ampersand was. It felt maybe a little bit faster. It's tough to judge, to be honest. because I'm playing against a bunch of lasers, you know what I mean? And it's on like the best connection ever. It felt like a little bit quicker than 7, but subject to what am I thinking of? Mileage may vary. Thoughts on the soundtrack, menu themes, etc. I don't know. It didn't really stand out to me. I was busy. But that is good. I think it might have been you even. Someone put in my comment section like next time keep an ear out for it, and I was like I will. Because that is again something that people I feel like forget about a lot. I mean myself too. I like a quick TTK anyway. I'll reflex no in. That's fair enough. It wasn't like absurdly quick or anything. You know, it was nowhere near like a Ghosts level or anything. I feel like these days TTK is kind of like in the same spot across the board. For the most part, with just like a little tweaking. You don't have that like crazy fast, you know, old school stuff. Can't wait till they reboot the Black Ops series like they did the MW series. JK, please no Treyarch. I'm honestly very excited to see what Sledgehammer has like the next year, assuming that they go with a new franchise, a new sub-franchise, because like I just want some new characters. I want ground up. You know, I want to start fresh. Yeah, I feel the same. Black Ops series has to go, and MW soon after. I just don't know what they'll do after that without relying on nostalgia or established IPs. I don't know. I'm cool with MW, with Modern Warfare continuing. Just because I feel like they aren't written into a corner as much. With Black Ops, because it's set in the past, and you have these characters with all interwoven stories, and it's like every new layer that they add just like fucks up the layer beneath it, and it just starts to crumble, and it's like but with Modern Warfare, you can go back to that world every 4 years, and it be, even though it's modern, you can be in a new part of the world, right? MW2 was in Mexico, MW3 was somewhere, I don't remember. MW3 or MW4 now is in Korea. Like, you have these different conflicts that change the setting up, and maybe Price is in this one, maybe Price isn't, maybe this one's focused on Ghost, maybe this one's focused on, you know, new characters, and like you can kind of, it feels more like you're building a story rather than jamming fucking pieces into a story that already exists. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with Black Ops, is I feel like they've sucked that well dry, and there's nowhere else to go, and I want them to go. But I'm cool with MW, with Modern Warfare. Keep going. How are the transitions between map pieces in Kill Block? Is there a natural blended transition between map zones? Can you clearly see where a new map begins, like a rigid line or something? It's a hard cut. That said, it's not like it's not like you're in Minecraft and like the chunk hasn't loaded yet. You know, where like or like this might be an old man reference, but like when you update Minecraft and like then you go to a new world and like suddenly your ocean is just cut hard by like, you know, something. It's nothing like that. Like, it seems like they took that into account. But you definitely can like see like, oh, this is the end of the block, this is the beginning of the block. But like it flows a decent amount. Yeah, it's an old school reference. I'm an old school guy, you know. What can I say? Do you think they'll try to do a DLC COD again next year? I mean, what they do with 23 and BO7. I don't think so. I think they even said as much, right? That they wouldn't do like another half release. We'll see. I have a feeling it might be an AW prequel. Oh, please no. Please no. I mean, I got nothing against AW. In this context, at least. But, like, I just want something new. I just want a new thing. Honestly, I'm cool if COD wants to just drop the subtitle entirely. You have, like, a complete universe. Just start telling stories that are all, like, kind of anthologies. You know? One of my new-ish favorite shows is the show Fargo, right? It's an anthology series. I think there's 5 seasons out right now. and they all take place in the same universe, and they're all kind of connected in some way, but they're just like thematically the same and take place. You know, the first one, the first season took place, I think, in the 90s or 2001 or something like that, and like I'm not gonna get into the fucking weeds on what Fargo is, but in the show, there's a retired cop who lives in the town, and he's just kind of there. He's like a fucking not a one-off character, but like he's a one-note character. He's over there. Well, season 2, they rewind to the 70s, and now that retired cop, he's the main character, and now he's doing something that's completely unrelated, but you have that like small connecting tissue, you know. And then the third season brings us back to. Oh, wait, no. I think the fourth season takes us back to the 50s now, and a character that was in season 2 shows up here, but now he's a kid, and you see his backstory. I want to see some shit like that, where, like, it's loosely connected. Like, if you know who certain characters or what events are, you can kind of pick up on it. But I don't necessarily want, like, every game have to be so hyper-connected to the next, especially when it's, like... There's no foresight onto like what this broader like universe's actual history is, you know. Call it Call of Duty's Duty Calls. I like it. It was fun to say. Minecraft has blended chunks, so it looks natural. Oh, does it now? Yeah, no, I'm talking like beta days of Minecraft, I think. BO4 has an interesting setup in that with that ensemble cast, which they could use for a potentially new story. Yeah, maybe. I don't like this also might be a hot take. I don't like the Black Ops, like the future Black Ops cast, like at all, like Ruin and Battery and like that whole. I don't like any of those characters. Man, I want to see COD take a crack at World War II or something from the 1800s. That would be nuts. 1800s would be something. Hey, what's going on, Matsuki? How was the wedding? It was good. It was extremely tiring. I think I checked my steps, and within 2 days, I walked more than a marathon. Just building shit, and the wedding itself, the ceremony was on a beach, and then 2 days later we had the reception at my parents' place up in New York, and we had to build their entire fucking like it was a whole thing. I slept probably 3 hours a night every night there. It was tiring. It was really fun though. In the end, we got there, we got it all done. A boy, like I just walk with a limp now though, and I slept I think a solid 24 hours when I got home. I technically got home 2 nights ago. Yesterday didn't exist. Otherwise, I would have streamed then. And I woke up for like an hour or two to post that remakes video and passed the hell back out. I wouldn't be surprised if Sledgehammer actually does a World War II setting. But they tried historic games 2 times in a row, but they're going to go future or present. I don't know. To me, the time period... To me, the time period matters less. And it's more about, like, what kind of... What location... What like the rest of that setting, right? Like, we can say, like, oh, well, we want it to be a game set in the 80s forever, but, like... Where? Because, like, 80s means something different in the U.S. versus fucking Africa versus, you know. I don't know. I like... Because we've seen all of that before, right? We've seen historic. We've seen... I guess we haven't seen World War I. But, like, we've seen World War II a bunch. We've seen future a bunch. I think it's really all about, like, moving it to like a place that we haven't seen before, a type of conflict maybe we haven't seen before. That would be my biggest hope. To be fair, there's only so many time periods you can do. Eventually, COD will probably just be one big matchup game. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Is like you run out of time periods, so like you need to find. It can't all just be like, hey, we're like This is the United States and what they were getting up to in the 80s. Like, you need some kind of something else. And I feel like Modern is usually pretty good about that because you can make shit up, you know? Call of Duty the Emu Wars. Ooh. I'm with it. I'm down. Hey, what's going on, Zodiac? Forget time periods. I'd rather they go at fantasy at this point with something like steampunk, for example. I could fuck with steampunk. If they really committed to it, like I feel like a big reason that BO7 was received so poorly is because they tried throwing so like the setting just clashed too much. It was like this future game trying to be BO2, but it also was like this psychedelic game trying to be like the psychedelic portions of Far Cry, maybe. But then you had Avalon being thrown in here, this like fucking old French town. Like it just mixed in such a way that felt like they were just throwing shit at the wall, you know? Are the maps you played for MW4 good? They didn't strike me as particularly bad. The only one that I actually really liked was the one that they dubbed the new shipment, the like Junction. I think it was called Junction and then some numbers. Junction 321 or something like that. I was actually pleasantly surprised that that one wasn't shipment sized. It was a little bit bigger. It was maybe like a dome shoot house. Shoot house, but more square than long. I actually really liked that map. Steampunk COD would go so fucking hard, right? I feel like they need to just latch onto an idea like that. And it needs to be like a... When people say that like COD needs a... What is the word I'm thinking of? What that people always say? When people get upset that they add fucking Beavis and Butthead and shit to the game, it's not so much that like everything has to be this tactical thing, and more so that just like the game needs to establish a style and fit with it. Identity. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. It doesn't need to be the Modern Warfare identity. It just needs an identity. That identity could be steampunk. That identity could be psychedelic on fucking drugs. It could be sci-fi future. It could be fucking World War I. It could be steampunk. It could be fucking bow and arrow fucking whatever. But you just gotta stick with it. I think that's where like it needs to feel like there's a creative intent there and not just a boardroom saying, hey, well, people love the future. We gotta go to the future again. What about COD Western? Love it. Lever action and revolvers? Fuck yeah, man. I'm also for, like, every COD being drastically different from the last. I love that idea. You know, Modern Warfare this year, or rather, futuristic this year, then was a Modern Warfare, will be in Modern Warfare next year. Then you do something weird, like fucking Western. Fucking Red Dead Revolver shit, you know? I love that. And then the next year you do, you know, another future, another like historical one. And so you within 4 or 5 years you get like drastically different settings, you know? So neat seeing the replay community all being here. Don't tune to streams often. Dude, y'all are I love this little community that we built here too. I feel like we're all very sometimes I'm afraid speaking my opinion. But here, even like when we disagree, we can have a good discussion. I love this shit, man.
Hello donated $6.99 through Super Chat. Hey, when are we playing COD Twin? Loving the videos, keep it bro. Celebratory hands in the air emoji, fire emoji.
Hell yeah, brother. Thanks so much for the dono. I gotta play at some point. But yeah, dude. I was about to say, when is the next BO7 update? It, like, just happened. I gotta figure out what am I streaming on this channel for the next, like, 4 months? Because, like, we started doing some of the campaigns. We started going back through other games, through older CODs. I want to do more of that, like, little, like, revival kind of streams again, you know? Especially because now I feel like this year we actually have like some momentum behind us. It's gonna be more than just like me and a party of 6, you know. I hope at least. Hey, thanks so much for the 35 months, Matsuki. Appreciate you. Call of Duty Primal, dude. Unironically, love that. How about a COD that takes place with only aliens in a made-up planet? Yeah, man, that's the shit I'm talking about. Go crazy. Do some crazy shit. Also, after the really polished content we got for it, MW3, a fully cel-shaded COD title that's a bit more larger than life, akin to Saturday morning cartoons, could be solid also. I love it. All of these ideas I think are great. They just need to commit to them. For me, it's the clash between like the MW3 campaign taking itself so seriously, ending with the fucking with Soap being shot in the head and his fucking funeral as they you know, fucking lays ashes to rest, and then you play multiplayer and it's cel shaded skins and it's fucking who was the crazy ones in MW3? I can't even remember at this point. Who was before Beavis and Butthead? Who did we all yell about? Like, to me, it's that weird Teletubbies. That's a solid one. Yeah, I wasn't in that urn. If the campaign had been some wacky fucking crazy shit, I think it would have been received way better. Nicki Minaj and Snoop Dogg. Oh, I guess so. Although I think of those as MW2 more. MW3 had the boys. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah. Well, both of them I guess had the boys. Do you plan on getting involved with the COD Summer Revival Tour? This weekend will be on World at War. I don't know what that is. Is someone doing that? Is that like a... Oh, actually, I might have heard something about this. COD Summer Revival Tour. I'm down to get involved. Oh, is this Nero? Oh, Merc. First of all, you can like do... Oh, that's weird. Biggest COD revival event in history. Okay. Maybe I'll get involved in some of this. Okay, so it's on Xbox, PS3, and PC. I'll probably end up playing it on Xbox. Let's see. What is the 11th? Oh, so tomorrow is World at War. I fear so many IPs will be snatched on these older CODs. Maybe. I don't know. Is it safe? Is it safe to play on like Xbox? Or because I thought it was only PC that like you were just fucked. My MP map to bring back is the BO3 Picnic map. Solid map. Micro? Very, very good. MW3 had Gundam skins. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Gundams. Unironically, MW3 is the only recent COD game that felt okay at the end of its life cycle to me, besides Cold War. You know, MW3 I think like had, especially by the end of its life cycle, it felt like a really, really solid game. We need a new map tour. I gotta find a new map. By the way, I'm out of content. Just like throwing that out there. I have zero content now. I burned through the like 3 or 4 videos that I prepped before I went on vacation. Then I went on vacation. Didn't think about replay mode at all. And I don't know what next week's video is going to be. So let me know what you want this week's video going to be. I still have the Nuketown video, but that's definitely not within a week of being done still. I do actually, I owe y'all a video on MW3's DLC. So maybe that'll be this week. I do have a ton of ideas. I just don't know where to go next. That's tomorrow's problem. Tomorrow I'm back at work. I've just been chilling. Which maps would be the best to live in if you had to? That's a good idea. I kind of like that. I think I have that written down somewhere. I had that video, and I had one that was like trying to visit all 50 states in COD or something like that. And actually, oh no, I forgot his name. I'm so sorry. If you're in chat, shout out. But someone who was in chat, this was maybe 6 months ago, popped into the Discord with like a map that they had made, with a pin on the map of the world for every single Call of Duty map ever. It seemed like it took so much work. I'm sure that I have it pinned somewhere in Discord, but whoever you are, if I do make that video, you're getting the biggest shout out ever, because that immediately will make my life a fuck ton easier to know how many states there were. Maybe some cut content stuff that would have made the game better or worse. That's not a bad idea. That's kind of what that the long shipment idea started as. Was I want to go through some cut maps or something like that, and then I just found a bunch that were COD Online exclusives, and it kind of snowballed. So maybe I go back to the original idea. Analyzing the COD store economy, especially when it comes down to how they value certain items and how the COD points affect those items, like and how one pack is worth the same as another but less items. Maybe that seems like a lot of math, and I don't know good math. Exploring custom community-made MP maps from COD history. That could be a fun one, too. Would you ever consider looking at stuff like plutonium, or is that too risky for you? No, I use plutonium. For that long shipment video that I did, long rust, the one about COD Online maps, that was mostly all plutonium. Every COD campaign ranked by how far you can run. Didn't Spooky Deer did a similar video to that semi-recently. How far each character in MW2 traveled. It was a fun one. Let's see. I still got that Fortnite shipment if you want to see it. Oh, yeah! I was going to do COD maps in other games. Maybe that's a fun video. That's also probably a fun, quick one, too. I've been trying to layer in some quicker videos to give me some time to make bigger ones. And I feel like that's a pretty decent one that I can do sitting at my desk, you know? Just joined was the music tour. No, so this is Merc Music is doing a tour, quote unquote. He's reviving CODs. So I guess they already did COD 4. I missed it, but now they're into World at War this weekend, and then MW2 next. It's kind of a cool idea. I wish him well. I'll try to jump on if I can. Make a video for new game modes and map ideas. Ooh, like my own? Maybe. That would be an interesting... What if I do an April Fool's video where I make up a bunch of shit, but I just talk about it as if it's all real? I'm like, do you guys remember the fucking... The golems? The golem skins in MW3? Wasn't that crazy? We all remember those. Y'all remember Uplink back in COD 4? The original Uplink? Or just like make shit up? That'd be fun. Get fucking Google AI to scrape my video and start lying. April Fool's video in June, July. It's the joke itself. I'm still kicking myself that I didn't make the Tetris block video for April 1st. I really wanted that to happen. I just didn't have time. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? The Tetris block video? Did I ever actually talk about that publicly? Maybe a classic versus remake comparison for campaign maps in the MW series might work. Ooh, I definitely want to do some MW stuff. But I also want to do... I have a couple ideas that are outside of COD that I want to sprinkle in more and more here. So we'll see. We'll see. I really, I'm going to sit down tomorrow, maybe tonight, but tomorrow's going to be like my first actual work day. Clocking in on a Friday, start my week on a Friday, and really figure out what like I want this next month worth of content to be. Like Battlefield 6, less so like a specific game and more like I want to make a video. I want to make a video about digital deluxe editions of games and how every fucking game has a digital deluxe version that is $80 to $100, and it gives you borderline fucking nothing. And all that it does, for me specifically, is when I go to the fucking PlayStation Store, I see the $80 version first, and I gotta click over to find the fucking standard edition. And it doesn't give you anything of fucking value most of the time. Compared to, like, old school special editions, you get shit like this. You get a real, actual, physical fucking RCXD with your Hardened edition, which I think, or with your Prestige edition, which I think was like, to be fair, it was more expensive. It was like $120, $150, something like that. But now they don't have this shit. They don't have any cool shit. Instead, they have fucking skins that don't cost them anything extra to make. And it's just like skins for fucking Ezio or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I just went to AC3. In my head, who's the guy in Black Flag? It's Connor, right? The reason I bring it up here, hold on. Can I shrink this now? Let's do this. The reason that I bring this up is PS4 has this feature that they added, I don't know, semi-recently, in the last, like, 6 months. They have, like, this little, like, smart hub area. It's all, like, customizable. I fucking love it. You can, like, customize which elements you have on here. And one is a wish list. And so I've been adding shit to my wish list down here. I love it because you can scroll through, and it's like, all right, the next thing on my wish list to come out is Assassin's Creed on the 9th. And then Halo Campaign Evolved on the 28th. Etc., etc. Oh yeah, Hell Let Loose Vietnam. Awesome. But half the time when I find these games, it'll automatically open up the deluxe edition. And so I'm over here. At first I wish listed this version of the game because it's $60, and I'm like, oh yeah, well it's okay. So it's $60. It's cheap, and I add that to wish list. And had I not checked that it had said fucking deluxe edition, I would have just like accidentally just bought it because I'm like, oh yeah, it's only $60. Turns out the game for real is $40. What does the extra $10 get you? Let's see. Let's see what it actually gets you here. Hold on. It gets you the base game, field supplies, including a uniform, some berets. It looks like that's pretty much fucking it. It gets you some fucking in-game bullshit. And it's like, I don't care about that. I don't know. Not every game needs... Anyway, this might be a real video or not. I don't know. I don't know if this has legs, but I want to make videos like that. Criticizing things in general, not just like a specific game, if that makes sense. I also want to make a video about extraction shooters, I think, soon. Because I want to play some, and I want to actually give them like a fair shake, but... we'll see. Speaking of editions, what's your favorite steelbook cover art for COD? Mine's Infinite Warfare for the contrasting modern and future soldiers. Ooh. Oh, yeah, because it has COD 4 on the back, right? That's cool. Where even are mine? Oh, I think they're over there. I've been doing this thing where I've been trying every 5,000 subscribers, I've been trying to treat myself with a new steelbook, because I never had steelbooks back in the day. That said, I think I owe myself 2 right now. I only have MW2 right now. And so I got to get BO1 and MW3 next. So all to say, I don't know yet, because I haven't looked at all of them. But BO1 looks to be pretty fucking solid. We're getting the rant video live right now. Oh no. Let's see. Was 2019 the last COD to give us physical content, like the night vision goggles? Maybe. I mean, so a lot of these games, they did come out with like a collector's edition. Or not edition, hold on. They had like a collection pack, right? Like MW3 collector's box. This is like a thing. Hold on, I need to... Yeah. So this was the MW3 collector's box. Can I actually visit site? There we go. This isn't gonna... No. As long as I don't actually buy it, it shouldn't dox me. So... This didn't come with the game, but you could buy it alongside the game. And it was just like a little cardboard box, and inside it had this thing, which I believe this is like a decently sized thing that you put on your desk. There's a little poster inside, a bunch of pins. It feels like games in general shifted away from like actually including this stuff with the game to shifting like just making like a collector's box after the fact or like next to it, which I guess is interesting. Like a lot of this stuff is kind of cool, but picked that up on a flash sale at Walmart for $7. I'm not bad. Is this the old Makarov too? This isn't new Makarov, is it? He's 5'11", 184 pounds. He just like me. That's not true. I'm 5'9". And also not 184. I'm trying to think of... Because he doesn't... Oh, whatever. Shock and Awe. See, like, this shit's cool. I don't know why the ray gun... Oh, because Modern Warfare Zombies, right? Reminds me of the Borderlands 4 expensive collector's pre-order. What was the Borderlands 4? I vaguely remember that. Wait, collectors. Let's see. Oh, wait, does it come with this? See, I love when shit comes with, like, an actual thing, you know? One of genuinely my like, most prized possessions. The Destroy All Humans remake from like a few years ago came with a life-size statue of the main man himself, Cryptosporidium. Here, can I... Oh, no. Can I make this shit any bigger for y'all? There we go. This shit's life-size. Oh, also, you might... Oh, no, he's not back there. These are sitting up in my living room. I've one for both games. Or one for each game. They're a lot of money, or they were a lot of money, but like I fucking loved them. I don't know how much they were actually. Does it say? $400. Holy fuck! Did I really spend $400 for this? Also, what is it? Is this an ad? What the fuck? I love shit like that. I wish more games would have stuff like that and not just fucking digital deluxes that don't need to exist. Like, why do you even have it? Like, pre-order bonuses are kind of gone now, right? Like, I guess you do get pre-order bonuses still, too. I don't know. Damn, casual $400 edition. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that much. I was... Look, at the time I was steadily employed. I was probably single. And look, it was an investment. That jug fridge is like $2K now. Yeah, dude, it is. That jug fridge, by the way, I don't know if I've mentioned it. If I haven't mentioned it in a while, it means I'm not doing my my job. Here, actually, hold on. Can you guys see? Because I've showed the jug fridge. Oh, it's kind of, you can kind of see it over there. This jug fridge over here, I don't know how much she spent on it, but I didn't get this brand new. I mean, not this or this. I didn't get brand new. The jug fridge, my now wife got this for me on our first fucking Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure she dropped like $1,000 on that shit. And if that's not true love, I don't know what is. So huge shout out to her. But it's also an investment, right? If it's $2,000 now, I could sell it and make some money back. It is also, it's fucking awesome. The jug fridge, like genuinely, it is. It's very fucking cool. See, but I love this shit like that, you know. I don't know. And I don't love fucking random ass digital deluxe editions. What the fuck? Like, do we need a vault edition again? Do we need another vault edition for fucking Call of Duty? Yay, it comes with the black cell. Yay, it comes with some skins. I don't know. Selling a Valentine's Day gift is insane. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna do it because that's a good point. Because I love my fridge and my wife. I love her too. Are you excited for Kuajakawo? I swear I can pronounce it correctly sometimes. Yeah, I'm down to try it. I feel like zombies maps have been pretty solid lately. There's a video ranking COD pre-order special edition items. I was thinking about doing something like that. I just don't feel like maybe not ranking them. Doing something with them though. You know, actually, I'm gonna write that down. Maybe that's a solid video to do next. Special editions. I just don't want to like step on. Cause I know T has that video like on lock, right? He bought them all forever ago. I'm not about to buy them all, but I'll definitely talk about them all. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure T-Dog did the special edition ranking video. Yeah, I don't know if he ranked them either. I think he just went through them all. But you know, it's been long enough now. I'm not stealing. Maybe I am. Who knows? You should do more zombies videos. Like, what makes a good zombies map in your opinion? I just don't have the passion for zombies as much, you know? Rating them on real world use. Yes. Ranked on real world use. I love that. I'm writing your name down. Hold on. Neon WMG. W. In case I use that, I'll hopefully remember to give you a shout out. That is such a good idea. What is the most useful? Honestly, it's probably like the BO4 mystery box because it's just a box. Like the RC car isn't useful. I've tried to use the camera on it. It doesn't fucking work. The jug fridge, maybe if it did work, the one that I got doesn't work. I think it's small though. Yeah, like the box itself. What else? Honestly, I've heard that the MW19 goggles, the night vision goggles, are actually like really good. I've heard the old ones sucked, but ranking each COD campaign by their worst levels. Ooh. I have been thinking I want to do some more COD campaign content. I don't know exactly what. I don't want to just fall into the trap of just like tier lists and stuff because I feel like that's easy and that's too like repetitive. But I like where y'all's heads are at. And now it's up to me to fucking make it way more complicated than it has to be to fucking because I'm a goddamn masochist and I want to make myself suffer. Everything has to be unique. You could do why have COD special editions been getting so much worse? What about headshot sounds? Ooh. The thing with an idea like that is I don't know how I could stretch that to not be like 3 minutes long. Each COD campaign based on product placement. Is so-and-so Call of Duty's true main character? Oh, God. How long would DoorDash take to deliver those Call of Duty maps? Oh, to deliver to these Call of Duty maps. Ooh, like I mean, I don't know how you would quantify that, but I do like the idea of like which Call of Duty maps are handicap accessible, you know? Like that kind of vibe. Like which ones are connected to the power grid? Which ones Which ones could I get to via a commercial flight, you know? There's something like that, maybe. I don't know. I think the best features of every hated COD, but most CODs are hated, so it's kind of redundant. I do want to make a sequel, probably 2 sequels, to my like recent like stuff I miss about old school COD video. I want to do one now about the jetpack era, and then probably also like include like BO4 and World War II and that, and then do another sequel on the modern era of like 2019 on. Kind of like close that loop, like because y'all seem to like really like that video, and so I want to continue it, you know. That's actually something that I'm gonna do, I think, pretty soon. For saying the headshot sound video, perhaps you talk about the ones you like and dislike. Bill describing what makes the perfect headshot noise. Maybe. What map would let me burn the most calories if I worked out? Well, then it just becomes the biggest map, right? Which isn't a bad idea. I'm just trying to think of a good angle on it. Which classic COD game disc makes the best frisbee? That's the winner, guys. We did it. We can sit down now. You can stand down. Art of the old school COD commercial. I do want to do something like that. I do like. After doing the COD Elite video, it does make me want to like dive back into like the archives of like COD commercials. Not necessarily trailers, but like the vet and the noob type stuff, or the burger flipping guy. You know, there's a soldier in all of us campaigns. Celebrity trailers. Did the negative or positive version of that video do better? Oh, the positive. It actually did. COD Elite is the reason I'm able to have a username without a silly hashtag number on the end. Ooh. OG replacer ad? Yeah, replacer ads. I'm trying to think of like, were there any good ones for like MW3? I guess that was the vet and the noob, right? Oh, and like all of COD Elite anyway. Will you grind Cherry Fizz in BO7? I don't think so. I think I'm done with BO7. History and proliferation of support studios, inspired by hearing how Beanox helped with certain maps in Season 4 and High Moon in Totenreich. That'd be interesting. That's a lot of research, though, that I don't know I could do justice to. Because the last thing I want to do is like make a video that feels definitive and it's like full of wrong information, you know? And I have a feeling that even any kind of like videos where they say this is what this is and yada yada, it's a lot of speculation still with like actually what gets worked on where. Like I need some like interviews or something, and that's just something that I think is just out of my pay grade, unfortunately. Maybe though. Most frustrating camper spots in COD history. I kind of like that. Camping spots. I'd have to think of a good angle on it. Because, like, how do I make that entertaining for 12 to 20 minutes? Oh, no. There was another really good idea I saw in here that I thought was perfect, and I wanted to write it down. Hold on. Probably maps you can live on. It was ranking something, right? It was... Oh, no. Oh, no. Ranking each campaign by how long it takes to find a car. Best celebrity characters. Oh! It was commercials. COD commercials. Ranking Warzone maps based on whether or not you could actually live there. I was thinking about something like that. I was like, that this was a long time ago. I think this was when Al Mazrah was out. I was thinking of doing like a day in the life of like an El Mazrin citizen or something, and trying to like run through like the day-to-day, what it's like. You wake up over here, you got to go to work, after work go to the grocery store, where the fuck is that? Like trying to figure out what a like an average day looks like. That might be fun. Average day in Warzone map. But I think also that's a good idea, I think, for like a lot of things. Like I would love to see, like I'm also trying to think of videos that I can do in other games, right? That's like, I feel like that's a fun one for like GTA, right? GTA 6 when that comes out. Draw COD map by memory. That's a good one. What sentences COD characters would get for war crimes? Ooh, I'd have to be a judge. I could get a judge outfit. How much is a judge outfit? That's gonna be the deciding factor. Interactive elements. I have been wanting to make an interactive elements video for a while. Let's see here. I love this because like y'all are just feeding me really good ideas here. Which map would you most likely vacation in? Ooh, like what's the most relaxing? I mean, it's Getaway from MW3, right? Like that's just straight up a vacation spot. Weirdest Easter eggs in COD? That's not bad. 2019 Trials. Have I made a video mentioning Trials? If I haven't, I need to fix that. Like some kind of forgotten features or something like that. Forgotten features, let's say. I feel like I've talked about that. I feel like nobody played Trials. Oh, absolutely not. What map is the most expensive? So the price it would cost to build what you play on. That's good. Like shit. I feel like there's a video that's like how expensive, like how much damage did the Avengers do to New York at the end of Avengers or something like that. I feel like it's a similar vibe. What about OG MW3 Spec Ops mode? My dad fucking loved that mode. Oh, you're making me feel old. Your dad loved it? Oh no. But yeah, I was planning on talking a bit about that in my MW3 DLC video that hopefully will be soon. I don't think people care about Spec Ops like people say they do. It would be fun. Maybe I'd make a video on Spec Ops in general. Right? Like MW2, MW3. I could probably talk a bit about Ghosts. Ghosts had some like survival-ish stuff. Then what? It came back in 19, then 22. And that's it, I think. Video about Call of Duty's history with using real gun names instead of the Commando, for example. I think that would be a fun one to research. Fake COD guns. I'm writing all these down. At first, I was writing down the ones I was like, I for sure want to do. But now there's too many that I for sure want to do, and I just know myself. Half of these, I'm gonna have to figure out how to make them. But like, I just wrote down probably like the next 3 months worth of content here. Good luck trying to get footage of 19 Spec Ops. I've seen less tumbleweeds in a spaghetti western. I would just have to party up, right? I just have to do it on stream and get some people in. I'm doing a video on old DLC models compared to current free-to-play stuff. Oh, Battle Pass. I haven't. I think that's a good other one. I think that's a good one to do, not purely about COD, but like DLC, I'll just say DLC versus Battle Pass. I've definitely talked about it. The problem is I've been doing this for so long now that I don't know what I've talked about on stream. I don't know what has been in videos. I don't know what, so with something like Trials, I'm sure I talked about. But, like, it would have been, like, a 90-second bit in a much larger video from 6 months ago. And I'm like, I don't know where it COD video game covers, that's a good one. Which COD had fish that moved away? Was this a trivia show now? Updated versions of old videos is free content. Hey, Look, if I do this full time, we're going to have to start cutting corners. Proliferation of grinding in every COD. I do want to make a video. There's two larger, broader COD videos that I want to make. One is the death of create a class. And I say the death of create a class, that's a little dramatic. Really, I just want to go game by game and like see how every game has changed the create a class in certain ways, but it all kind of comes back to the same. And the other is why does Call of Duty feel so fast now? And I think that kind of hits the same grinding mentality, I do want to do that. The rise and fall of the gunsmith. That might be a better angle than the create a class. Now I'm thinking about rise and fall of the gunsmith. I have a lot to think about tonight. Honest thoughts on The Boys season 5 finale. Oh man, what a letdown. I'm sorry. Oh my lord. I don't want to spoil it, but man. Bro is still alive? Yeah, somehow. Yeah, what a streamer. Almost 2.5 hours. Here we go. Making it from a lost time. Death of Pick 10. Pick 10 was so fucking good. If we're talking fast food, why not how much does a cheeseburger cost? And each title is a silly time capsule on real world inflation. Funny you say that. I don't know if you're doing a bit or not, but I have made that video like a year ago about Burger Town. One of my favorite videos I've ever made, by the way. I feel like it missed the algorithm. Like it went in just before my videos started popping off. I think now it actually is doing decently well, just like back catalog. But did I hear a cat? Oh, you might have. Cat is trying to get in. You checked out that classic mode thing in BO7? I did. It is amazing. I'm so glad that they listened to me. Because that's right. They watch all my videos, and they got me. I'm on payroll now. My check should be in the mail. Treyarch. Which COD would make an interesting movie? Oh, obviously the original trilogy, right? Original Modern Warfare trilogy. Maybe a tongue-in-cheek video about your predictions for Call of Duty in the 2030s. It's been 10 years since the golden era. Oh, that's a fun idea. Predictions is a fun idea. I don't know that I would want 10 years before the payoff, but maybe like if I could predict the next game. The problem is, like I mentioned like 2 hours ago, at the like MW4 event, they kind of told us a lot of the campaign. So I kind of know a decent amount of the campaign that I'm like, I wish I didn't know. My favorite videos are relating games to the real world or vice versa. Yeah, I definitely I definitely want to have some variety in there because I don't want to keep doing the same video over and over again, right? And so I think having a bunch of different types of videos that all kind of relate but aren't is a good idea. So like having a couple of a couple of like the inflation type videos mixed in with like map breakdowns, mixed with like looking at old games, I think is key. I think I definitely need more of those, like, relating to real world ones. Kind of movie is confirmed to be its own story, only sharing the name. Oh, really? Oh, I missed that. What if the bunkers on the Warzone maps are all Dharma stations? Ooh. I want a proper Lost game. Now, I know that Via Damas exists, but it's not good. I want a good one. If you could only play 3 CODs for the rest of your life, what would it be? Oh, obviously Black Ops 7, Call of Duty Classic, and Black Ops Declassified. Easy. That's an actual, genuinely, really hard question. I don't know. Let's see. If you're going to do a predictions angle, record a bunch of shower thoughts now to weave into future videos. As a take from your past self to see if they age like wine or milk. That's what, like internet common etiquette. He does that. He has, oh no, does he still do it? Or am I out of date? Because this was like 5 years ago, I think, that he recorded this. He just recorded himself in the corner with like pineapple hair. Just saying like, crazy what happened to Betty White, right? And just, I guess he recorded like thousands of lines. Because every time, like when Betty White died, he pulled that clip, threw it into his newest video, like worked a way around it. Like, I think he had some wild predictions. He said something about Bill Cosby before Bill Cosby. That probably really dates when he did this, but I could do something like that. That'd be fun. What's your favorite modern COD? Ooh. I usually default to 23, MW3, but I'd have to think about it some more. What COD game would each Lost character's favorite? That would be the most niche video. I'd get 8 views. Those 8 people would love it, but everyone else. If you were in charge of stuff, what would you do for collabs? I know I'd be bringing in Halo immediately. To me, the collabs, I just want more than just skins. I just want, like, good maps and modes. I want, like, a new experience with the collabs. I'm just so tired of, like, it just being a fucking operator bundle. Which, to be fair, BO7 has, like, actually done a really good job with their collabs, in my opinion. Like, the Fallout collab had tons of new modes. Squid Game the year prior, tons of new modes. They weren't great, but at least they were trying with that one, at least. Reading how good each gun is displayed on the cover. I think that's another T-Dog video, right? He played every game with like whatever gun whatever gun was featured on the cover. Pentathlon from BO6 was really good. Shame to see it go. Yeah, right? They brought it back recently in 7, but I guess it was taken away too. Because, you know, live services can't have anything good stay. Nothing gold can stay, pony boy. Going back to the future COD topic, but following real military stories would be great for COD. For example, the TV series SAS Rogue Heroes, which followed the creation of British SAS in World War II. I'm down for that. Yeah, I mean, I think that was supposed to be the idea behind like Vanguard, right? Like, the idea was that Vanguard actually was based off of some kind of real life, like the birth of special op units or something like that, but or multinational units, but it just didn't hit. I don't know. What about ranking the design of the UI for each COD? I feel like Black Ops 1 would have to take the cake, but I love the simplicity of MW2. All right, I'm going to write down UI. COD UI. I do want to make a video about UI in general. Although I kind of feel like I missed the boat a little bit on it, because like the UI has been getting better year after year here for a bit. Vanguard is extremely offensive to history. The devs did not care about accuracy. Yeah, I don't know enough about anything to like dispute or anything. That was just what I had heard, that like that from the soundbite it sounded like they were trying to ground it in some kind of something. But I don't know. Let's see. All right. Anyway, at this point, we're just like brainstorming videos. I don't know what else there is to talk about today. But we've been going for a bit. I'll probably end up calling it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for showing up to this stream more or less unannounced. I'm glad to be back. I'm hoping that we can stream a lot more soon. I'm not gonna lock in a day or anything because I just got back. We gotta see. As far as new videos, I'm making them. That's all you got for me today. Just be on the lookout. We usually like to post once a week. This week's a little bit weird. I posted it on a Wednesday. If you haven't seen the most recent video, go check it out. It is a video about what maps that have never been remade that I want to see remade again. And if that video sounds like you already watched it, that's because you watched the first one. I made a remake of it, motherfucker. So go check that one out if you want. And I'll get started on one of probably the 15 video ideas that I wrote down here that y'all gave me. That's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. My throat already fucking hurts from talking too much. Yeah, like, subscribe, and all that nonsense. I will say also, thanks so much for like the well wishes on the MW4 video. Both for thanks for all like the support on seeing me recognized enough to go out there. Like y'all's support in the comments was incredible. Not only for that, but I think there were even more comments congratulating me and my wife on the wedding thing. Thank you for that as well. It really brightened my day. Yeah, I don't know. Thanks. I don't want to be sappy or nothing, but thanks y'all for allowing me to do this. And I hope that I can continue to make some cool shit for y'all. But now I got to get back to making some cool shit. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.